I see your face. I think it will be the feature, Paul.
Oh, really?
We're about to find out.
Okay.
Yes, it is. All right, so I'm gonna take it out the big view. We got more people. Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay. So it changed. All right. So everyone, if you don't mind signing in into the it's a little feedback here. Oh, it is. Yeah. So if everyone, if you don't mind signing in our chat, you'll be able to access those who are signing in now. We still have more people joining us. Once again, thank you everyone for joining our June Chamber check-in. This is the Austin Chamber of Commerce, and I'm Tina Augustus, the Executive Director of the Austin Chamber, your host. So I'm also working on sharing this live on the Austin Chamber's Facebook page as well. All right, we are set. And as I mentioned before, if you can please go ahead and share your name and contact information, your company or organization, everyone will have an opportunity to download this information at the end of our meeting. And so I'm going to get started with our guest today. Today, we're focusing on businesses and the city of Chicago and the various services that are offered with the city of Chicago. And our special guest today, we're having our alderman offices and BACP, which is the Business Affairs and Consumer Protection. So that is our focus. Is on business resources and the ShyBiz Strong initiative. Alderman Michael Scott's office, one of his staff members was going to represent him today, but I want to at least give his office a shout out and give him a shout out. In our meeting, they had an emergency, so they're not able to attend today. And so first I would like to just share our June new members. Those who have joined the Austin Chamber of Commerce. We have Gregory Whitmore from LaSalle Global Risk Management, Chandra Brown from A Bite to Go, Tia Williams from EC Nourish, Shani Jones from Chicago Eats Sports Bar, Sonia Sabi from Bold Boss Neighbor Networking, and ESO Theaters. And so those who had joined last month was Jim Bowers from Behind Time. He's also an attorney. Juan Teague from One and Only and Batters and Berries. They're coming up. We'll be opening up soon on Chicago Avenue. Deborah Williams from DW Provision Consulting. Elizabeth Abenall from 40 Acres Fresh Mart. And then lastly, Donald Dew from Habilitative Systems, Inc. And we encourage you to go to our website. You will be able to, and I'm going to show you what our website looks like. This way you can go to our site and check out the businesses who have joined so far. You'll be able to look at the news. We have a new page or a section under news. Can you all see this page here, the website?
No, we see the Facebook page.
Oh,
Yes, we can see.
okay. Well, let me stop it and share that again. Let's see if I can bring it up again. Can you see the website now? Roxanne?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is our news page where we have just information from the latest news regarding the Chicago Alfresco Fund, and we will be posting other news chamber related. And then you can come back and visit from time to time to just check and see what's happening with the Austin Chamber.
Mhm.
And then we also have a page which is a business corridor. As we begin to build out the Chicago Alfresco Fund. As we begin to start doing our installation, you will be able to follow us on our webpage as well as our social media page. And then we're also working with the Arts in Residence, Antonia Rupert. She's been assigned to the Austin community to help us build cultural and art spaces along Chicago Avenue. And we've also partnered with Choose Chicago, who will also be helping us promote all the activity that's taking place in Austin. Okay, as a reminder, please sign in our chat so that everyone will be able to have access to your contact information. And then I would like to introduce our board members. If you are in our chamber check-in, please turn on your page so that everyone can see you, or just put up a hello in your screen so that they will be able to identify you. So Ed Coleman is our board chair. And then we also have Roxanne Charles. She is our vice chair. Crystal Dyer is our treasurer. Anthony Scott and Vanessa Stokes are board members. Then we have Velda Bruner, who is also our secretary, the secretary of the board. Now, there are a few announcements I would like to make. I noticed Crystal Dyer, she just joined our chamber check-in. And so we want to just share with you a number of activities and events that's taking place in Austin. And so Crystal, would you mind sharing about the Gone Again tour and the event that's taking place this weekend?
Hi, hello everyone. This weekend on Saturday, the 26th of June at 11 o'clock a.m. at Gone Again Travel and Tours. As you can see the flyer, our expert from Ghana, West Africa, Dr. Aisha Kareem, will be at our location talking about the wonders of Ghana. And this event is also going to kick off a 10-day treasure hunt around Black history of the West Side, and also the history of Ghana. And one winner will get an all expense paid trip to Ghana. And as you know, well, some people don't know, I'm also the executive director of Chicago Austin Youth Travel Adventures, where we get help kids from the community discover local and worldwide different cultural type events and locations. We take them to cultural centers, museums, different things right here in Chicago. And then also we did go to Ghana 2 years ago, and we're going to Ghana again next year. So, the event will also be broadcast via Zoom. And I will put in the chat the information so you can RSVP for Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Crystal. And so next I want to share with you information about our farmers market. So the farmers market is held every Thursday, will be from now until September. It is held every Thursday from 1 until 6 p.m. And I'll tell you, you can, let me change this here. You will be able to pretty much buy all of the produce that you normally have. Let me make sure I bring the correct screen up here. They have chefs there. They have cooking demonstrations. There are all types of fresh products that you can buy. There's a person who sells fresh juice, vegetable juice, and fruit juice. there are quite a few vendors there, and I understand the list is growing. So I encourage you, if you have time today, to stop by and peruse and buy your groceries there. I decided, you know what, instead of leaving our community, because that's what we have to do in order to get fresh produce, that's where I'm going to go every Thursday afternoon. So go and take a look at the city's market. It's in the Austin Town Hall, 5610 West Lake Street. Okay, and then our last announcement is Invest Southwest. Antonia, are you here? Are you on the call? Okay, I can just share a little bit about what's happening with Invest Southwest. I did mention it a little bit earlier that we've partnered with Antonia Rupert, who is the artist in residence. She will be working to help place an art exhibition on Chicago Avenue, and it involves pieces of artwork from West Siders and families in Austin. It's mostly the youth. They're looking to place art from the youth on display. It will be in businesses up and down Chicago Avenue. So if there are any businesses on our chamber check-in, please reach out to me, because we're looking to get businesses involved. One great piece to this art exhibition is Choose Chicago will be working with us to market this event. So that means people who are touring Chicago will come to Chicago Avenue just to see the artwork, and also they will come into your business, increasing foot traffic, as well as revenue for your business. So if you are a business owner, you're located on Chicago Avenue, and you would like to display some of this artwork, it will be framed by a professional artist, and it will be on display from August until September. So just let me know, and we can add you to our list of businesses. And so, as I mentioned today, our guest speakers are from the 24th Ward, 28th Ward, 29th and 37th Ward. That's Alderman Michael Scott, Alderman Jason Irvin, Alderman Chris Taliaferro, and Alderman Emma Mitz. And so also Paul Hobbs, he's the project coordinator from BACP, which is Business Affairs and Consumer Protection. So I'm just checking to see here from the alderman's offices, do I have any representatives yet from the alderman offices yet? All right, so we're going to start with Paul Hobbs, and Paul Hobbs is here to share with you the businesses or how BACP provides services to business owners throughout Chicago. And then he's also going to talk about a new initiative, which is the Chi Business Strong. And so let me get you set up here, Paul. Bear with me, I have other windows open that I need to close down, so it would allow me to share your page. Got it. Okay, go ahead, Paul. You got it. Paul? Paul,
I'm sorry. It would help if I take myself off of mute. Forgive me.
Right.
But I was saying, expressing my appreciation for the opportunity you provided us to kind of talk a little bit about BACP and what we do in terms of trying to create a healthy business ecosystem within the city. And I also take a moment or two to talk about the NBDC program that I specifically am a part of. What the Business Affairs and Consumer Protection Department does is provide funding really for not-for-profit organizations to deliver business development assistance to Chicago's small businesses and small business community throughout its neighborhood and through its Neighborhood Business Development Center program. Participants in the NBDC program are also known as NBDC grantees. What they're designed to do is to deliver highly specialized business programs that are designed to help entrepreneurs start and sustain and grow their small businesses. The program is designed to drive collaboration and coordination between small businesses that support organizations in order to reach small business owners, especially within the Black, Latinx, women, and immigrant and refugee communities. This is designed for the purpose of ensuring that small business owners receive the expert guidance and support they need. The NBDC program encourages grantees to identify and hone their core competency and focus on a narrow set of unique skills and service offerings. And in doing this, the program promotes localization, specialization, and segregation of grantee organizations. I'd like to circle back to that a little later in the presentation, just to kind of drill down a little more on that. The mission of the BACP department, specifically what the mission of the BACP program is designed to do, is to ensure a fair and a vibrant marketplace for both businesses and consumers. We pursue this through several units within the department. Our Small Business Center, our Business Compliance and Enforcement Unit, our Prosecution and Adjudication Unit, as well as our Public Vehicle License and Permit Enforcement Unit, and our Outreach and Education Unit. Now, within the Small Business Center, what you can do there is apply for business licenses. This is done through our Small Business Center, as I stated. They issue business licenses and regulate the business's activities. And they regulate activities in industries that are as diverse as retail, food and liquor establishments, entertainment venues and theaters, dry care or daycare centers, I should say, manufacturing facilities, and motor vehicle repair shops. And that's just to name a few. And also through the Small Business Center, businesses are able to renew their business licenses. Either they can do it directly, or they can have one of their representatives come in and renew their business licenses. But as a reminder to all business owners, the business license renewal process, it must be done through our online system. One of the other units that I mentioned is our Enforcement and Compliance Unit. And what that unit does is, if there is a complaint or an issue, what they're designed to do is to investigate and regulate businesses. The BACP investigators inspect businesses, and they issue violations where necessary, of course, to ensure that compliance with city laws. Investigators conduct targeted investigations of unscrupulous and fraudulent business practices, I should say, throughout the city, and investigate consumer complaints. So that is all designed, of course, to once again ensure that we have fair interaction between business owners and the consumers, enhancing once again the efforts to establish and maintain a fair playing ground for a healthy business ecosystem. One of the other units that is part of the BACP department is the prosecution and adjudication unit. And what this entails is if there are complaints that need to be adjudicated, BACP conducts hearings and issues disciplinary actions when businesses are found to be in violation of the city's municipal codes. So the BACP protects the public from unfair and deceptive practices and enforces consumer protection ordinances. This is an important part of not only maintaining the trust, but enhancing the trust of the consumer and the citizenry, knowing that it has a fair and objective player when it comes to the need for arbitration between itself, the consumer, and businesses that the consumers do, that consumers patronize. The prosecution and adjudication unit would also issue citations by the investigators and police to ensure that there are mostly effective prosecution of by BACP attorneys who are subject matter experts. The attorneys will also advise the investigators and police to obtain the evidence necessary to support any charges that have been levied against certain businesses. One of the other units within the department is the Public Vehicle License and Permits and Enforcement Unit. And what this unit does is they license both public chauffeurs and public passenger vehicles businesses. The PPV business types licenses are for taxi cab, medallions, livery, horse-drawn carriages, pedicab, and most recently, TNP, or Transportation Network Provider. This is a constant effort to ensure that, once again, there are fair and honest players that comprise the various services that the consumers of the city receive. One of the other units is our outreach and education unit. We realize that quite often people don't have the opportunity to come to City Hall to conduct their business because they're involved in operating their small businesses, and just the nature of their operation prohibits them from oftentimes coming down to City Hall. So what our outreach and education unit does is they hold a series of free expos to ensure that, and this is done at various locations throughout the city, but it's to ensure that business owners and entrepreneurs that don't necessarily have the opportunity to come to City Hall to engage in many of the outreach and education programs that are conducted here at City Hall, they have the opportunity to have these services brought to them within the various communities throughout the city. And in doing so, there's a plethora of resources provided to consumers, enabling them to make sure that they stay connected to what is available to them, what their taxpayer dollars entitles them to. One of the other units that comprise the Small Business Center is the Small Business Solution Station. And this is once again located within the confines of the Small Business Center here on the 8th floor. And that solution station is designed to provide resources for businesses at no costs. Prior to COVID, we had a schedule in which various partners of the city would provide in-person services to the residents, to the taxpayers. Obviously, with the pandemic and the quarantine that's been put into place, those in-person services have been put on hold. But as we gradually progress out of the lockdown, if you will, and into more day-to-day actions and interactions, we will be reestablishing those in-person services and coming out with a revised schedule that will push out to the communities through our various stakeholders and business service organizations that partner with us. As I stated earlier, a lot of the resources that we provide can be ascertained through calling our resource number, which is 312-744-6249, or you can access us through our website, which is at cityofchicago.org/SBC.
Please repeat your phone number.
Sure, the number is 312-744-6249. And that's for various small business center resources. And the website is www.cityofchicago.org/SBC.
Can you all see this page right here that I've just shared? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay,
Right.
great.
Right. And as I mentioned earlier in the start of the presentation, that I wanted to just, circle back and talk a little bit about just the framework and goals of the NBDC program. This is the program that I'm specifically involved with through our small business advocacy team. And what it's designed to do is to ensure that small business owners receive the expert guidance and support they need. The NBDC program encourages grantees to identify and hold their core competencies and focus on a narrow set of unique skills and service offerings. This is done through various contract types or work program types that we've developed to speak to these specific needs of many of the small business owners and entrepreneurs that are so integral to the overall health and vitality of the small business ecosystem. And the contract types or the program activities that that we've established for this purpose are called place-based generalist, contract type, cultural specialist contract type, innovation specialist, capital specialist, industry specialist, business stage specialist, and a peer-to-peer specialist. And once again, these specific and unique types of deliberate focus initiatives are designed to, once again, hopefully enable small businesses and entrepreneurs that find themselves falling in either one of those respective buckets would have the opportunity to align themselves with their local Chamber of Commerce and provide or find the necessary services that are unique to their particular skill set, their particular focus. We are also connected to various social platforms through YouTube and Facebook. Our ShyBiz ShyBiz chat platform, as well as our Chicago BAC platform. So there are numerous ways that a person has the opportunity to reach us and stay connected with us and find out just what programs and initiatives the city is involved in. And if I can just take this time to kind of transition into our ShyBiz Strong initiatives. This is an initiative that through the mayor's office, the city has engaged in to try to streamline many of the processes involved in doing business and conducting business with the city. It's been an ambitious plan that's been implemented as a result of many of the lessons learned over this past year of lockdown. And so some of the initiatives that have been developed is for immediate financial relief to support businesses as we move forward towards recovery. One of the other focal points is to overhaul of the city policies to reduce red tape and to be more business friendly. One of the third focused initiatives is to targeted worker protections to ensure that the rights and safety of workers, that they are essential to this recovery. In terms of financial relief, one of the initiatives up front is for licensing relief. And this is designed to support small businesses as they move more, or as we move more towards recovery. The city will provide over $10 million in targeted grants for businesses citywide that have been partially impacted by the pandemic. Additionally, part of the relief package is for debt relief. Many businesses were unable to renew licenses, or they're unable to renew licenses if they owe the city money. But to get cities back in operation quickly, the city will enable all businesses to enter into a payment plan with affordable down payments. Tremendous initiative that many businesses have already begun to try to capitalize on. One of the other financial relief initiatives is the third-party delivery fee initiative. And this is designed for restaurants that have quite often relied on third-party delivery services. But they've often been faced with pre-order fees of up to 30%. So this third-party delivery fee is designed to cap the fees of the third-party delivery services with who charge restaurants, cap those fees at 15% through the recovery. And this is designed to extend the important lifeline to the city's approximately 8,000 restaurants. Tremendous service, I think, that obviously over 8,000 restaurants can and will hopefully benefit from. One of the other initiatives is to overhaul of the city business policies. One of those policies that's being overhauled is the expedited restaurant licensing. With a number of restaurants closing their doors during the pandemic, it's been created a process to expedite food licensing. This is designed, of course, to help fill the empty restaurants spaces quickly and enable an estimated 1,000 new restaurants to open, quite often up to 14 days sooner. One of the other initiatives is legalized sidewalk signs. Example being A-frame signs. This is designed to help businesses draw in food traffic from the streets, providing an important boost to revenue and source of customers. Now, this initiative will hopefully, which would be, this initiative will legalize these signs, helping Chicago's street front retail businesses that have been adversely affected by the pandemic once again. One of the other initiatives up front is to for faster signs and awnings. It's critical that businesses open quickly, but they currently have to wait up to 150 days to get a permit for signs or awnings and other critical business infrastructure. This will hopefully shove up to 2 months off of the process by removing the critical business infrastructure, or I should say by removing the requirements to pass unique ordinances for each public way use permit. So those are just some of the processes that the city has begun to put into place to try to overhaul and streamline the processes necessary to revitalize the businesses throughout the city. One of the other initiatives has been for the worker protection. And this is takes several focal points. One is the wage theft protection that's been established. Almost $400 million in wages have been stolen from Chicagoland workers by bad faith employers. This is an initiative that is designed to prohibit that practice and protect the worker from such unscrupulous practices. In terms of domestic workers, core workers have been hard hit by the pandemic and forced high rates of exploitation. This initiative would support domestic workers with a written contract requirement for employers and place over 8,000 domestic workers on the path to up to a $15 minimum wage by 2021. Excuse me. One of the other worker protection initiatives up front is the paid sick leave enhancement plan. Now, this is an initiative designed to cover and clarify additional users, such as caring for a family member with a closed or critical or closed school or place of care, compliance with public health ordinances, and mental and behavioral health. And so in terms of once again, the Chi-Bid Strong initiative, as you can see from some of the points I've just highlighted, the city is rapidly moving ahead to ensure that we're able to put people back to work and retain those that, or protect those that are currently working to get the city back up and running and just provide those blanket services that many of the consumers have come to expect and deservingly, rightfully deserve. This concludes the points that I wanted to discuss and share with you all. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. And if you could, Tina, provide my information in case anyone needs to get in contact with me, you can reach me directly. My number is on that footer slide, as well as my email address. Please reach out at any time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Paul. Does anyone have any questions? I know Shirley Fields asked about how she could participate, and I dropped that information in the chat.
Great.
Yeah, does anyone have any questions for Paul? Because I'll tell you, I mean, this is a wealth of information. Shirley, you're muted.
Okay, I enjoyed this tremendously, and I am in the process of actually opening up my own real estate office. So this will be valuable information for me.
Great. Wonderful. It's good to hear.
Yes, I'm interested in vending at the farmers market, and also to check in with VACP. I'll talk to you all later because I got a commitment and I have to leave here at 2, so I'm gonna be listening quite closely. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you both, Shirley's. Anyone else have any questions? For Paul, this is a rare moment. You have an opportunity. You have BACP right here.
Absolutely.
You get all your questions answered.
Hello, Paul. My name is Sharon Hartshorn, and
Hey, Sharon.
heard several instances where how difficult it is to get a business started and get all the licensing and paperwork and things that you need to get established. And I did hear you say that one of the initiatives was to try and streamline the process. Can you tell me
Yes.
some of the things that you're doing to streamline that process?
I'm sorry, Shirley. Repeat
Sharon.
your question again.
I said, I've heard on several occasions how difficult it can be to get everything that you need through the city to get a business established.
Mm-hmm.
And I did hear you refer to an initiative where the city was working to streamline that process. Can you tell me some of the things that the city is doing in that initiative to streamline the process?
Sure. What I like to do, because what I gave was just a quick and brief overview. What I like to do is, if you could provide me with your email address, I'd love to send you a packet of information so that you can have more in-depth, detailed information on what the processes are. And I can also, at your request, try to connect you with one of our business consultant specialists that will be able to take you further into what all of those new revisions and processes are. That really is in another a unit that specializes in licensing. So as opposed to providing you with incomplete information, I'd like to send you something that would be more comprehensive. And then once again, to go further, I can connect you with one of our business consultant specialists, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine. I just, thought maybe you could mention a couple of things that some of the steps they were taking, just some of the steps they were taking to streamline the process in this. It's a new initiative, if I understood you correctly.
Sure. Well, being able to eliminate what has been the traditional waiting period. I don't know exactly what that waiting period has been for the issuing of a new license because it goes through several departments and iterations. But the length or the duration in which that typically takes, whether it's 2 months or 3 months, has been really rather cut in half. So a lot of the internal processes that are required to go from inception in terms of the initial consultation period, understanding what the type of licenses that you're looking for, whether the health department needs to be involved, if it's involving a food license or a food establishment, whether there are specific zoning requirements which would require the zoning department to be involved. All of those interdepartmental connections and processes have been streamlined in a way that would eliminate or minimize the typical period of time in which it takes to go from point A to point Z. So once again, those are some of the touch points, if you will, that various units would be or departments would be involved in, and whatever their internal processes are to kind of streamline that process. I don't know specifically, But then this is why, it would be best that a business consultant specialist kind of take you through what those steps are. But I know internally, many of the connecting dots, those typical windows of time that's required, processes are being put into place so that it doesn't take as long.
I have a question, Paul. When will Shy Biz Strong begin? Has it already started, or do you have a start date in the near future?
Sure. Well, it's still going through City Council, but once that process is completed, and I think it's to probably resume tomorrow. I know that it had been on the council floor earlier this week. I believe that City Council was adjourned early yesterday, or the day before yesterday, excuse me. But I think it will resume tomorrow. So once it gets through the committee and the full council, I would imagine that it would be starting very soon once it gets the full sign off. But hopefully that would be much sooner than later.
Deonda, you have a question? I see your hand raised.
Deonda. Hi, Paul. How you doing?
Great. Hi, Deonda.
Long time no see.
I can't see you now. Where are you?
I know. I got my face black. Dental issues right now.
Okay.
But the reason that that I was asking the question is because I applied for several different artist positions. I am an artist. I do murals, portable murals, as well as quilt and different things. I'm also a violence prevention intervention specialist, a retired nurse. I've given to the city and to Austin High School and other schools around the city for many years. I've been volunteering since '75 in addition to working and everything else. Now, my question is, because I did make a suggestion for us to have a citywide Juneteenth program. I applied for these different positions. I didn't get them, but at the same point, a lot of the things that I put into these initiatives are being used. So I'm trying to figure out what is the correct way, because my organization is Deonda's Place, and the Juneteenth Peace Walk, which I did get a copy written through the Library of Congress, was a way of raising funds to provide assistance from families impacted by cancer, violence, brain injuries, and different things like that. I'm trying to figure out the best way to go about it because it's an online business. And so I do need to talk to a specialist to better help me because I have disabilities, but I still want to serve. I just can't afford to keep paying for it out of my pocket to do the work.
So you're looking for basically consultation on how to best get this business off the ground?
Well, I've been doing the work. I've had the business off the ground, but I haven't been able to. I need help. I need guidance as far as I've been a philanthropist, in other words. And so I need the guidance so that it can go, I can still do the philanthropy, but not out of my pocket. I can't, afford to do that out of my savings and everything to take care of everybody like I've been doing.
Okay. So I'm trying to understand exactly what it is you're looking for, what it is you're asking for. Right.
Well, I tried a couple of years back to get assistance from the Office for People with Disabilities, but nobody seemed to know how to assist. So I guess I need to have assistance from a consultant so they can explain to me the proper way of doing this so it could be successful, because clearly just trying to apply for positions as an artist and all these other things does not work when it comes to me.
Okay. Deonda, I think it might be best if maybe we could have a sidebar conversation. Maybe you can provide me with your email information and kind of put your ask in an email.
Okay.
And then I can go through that and really kind of loop in what I think or who I think might be the appropriate person or persons to kind of address your question more accurately.
Okay, I'm putting in my email address right now. It's starting to thunder outside, so I know it might be hard for you to understand what I'm saying. Okay?
Okay, great.
Nice seeing your face again.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you looking out for me when we were younger. Really do.
You got to send me, you better let me see your face.
Put it this way, I was that skinny little cheerleader.
Uh,
I'm not
oh,
skinny anymore.
that one, right? I remember now. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, you
reach out
football
to me, give me your
used to
email
protect
information.
us.
I'm sorry.
Huh? I said,
I
you
said-
football players used to protect us.
Okay, reach out to me and give me your email information.
Okay, it's in the chat. Thank
All right.
you.
Great, thank you.
All
Okay.
right, any other questions for Paul? Thank you, Deonde. I sent you a message in the
You're
chat.
welcome. Thanks, Tina.
Great. No more questions. Well, we do have Mary Phillips. She's here to represent Alderman Emma Mitz. And thank you again, Paul. I really appreciate the time that you spent to share with us all the different programs that BACP offers. And we hope to have you back again, you or Kenya, to maybe dive into some of the specific topics.
I love to.
Yeah.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
Great. And so Mary, we're going to ask you to unmute yourself so that you can at least introduce yourself. And if there's anything that you would like to share, we encourage you to do so now.
Hello, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. It is kind of raining out here, and I'm not a old school people. We don't like to do too much when it's thunder and lightning. We're around electricity. But I'm just here. I am Chief of Staff for Alderman Mitz, and right now I don't really have any comments or announcements, because we all know that the Alderman right now is still involved with the Joint Public Safety Training and with the Invest Southwest. She had quite a few projects out there, as you all probably know, the Academy and the Academy and some other, many, when you think of Laramie Bank and other avenues, projects, that she has going on at this time. So I didn't want to go into detail on any of them, because at this time they're all currently in the process of being worked or getting started. So I don't have many details. Of course, I'll leave that up to the Alderman to share when she joins at some point in the future. It'll be very soon in the future, trust me on that. And so if you have any questions for me or want to ask me anything about what's going on with the Alderman in regard to projects, I can always take the notes. I can always share them with her and then get back to you. Anyone? No? Okay.
So what I'm going to do is ask those who may have questions for Alderman Emma Mitz, if you could drop them in the chat. And so I always share this with everyone. Every time we meet, you have an opportunity to save all the content in the chat. So if you look down to the right of the chat, you will see file, and then to the right of the file, you will see 3 dots. If you click on the 3 dots, you will have an opportunity to save them. So if there's anyone who's on the phone and you're not able to save the chat, just drop a note in the chat and I'll be more than happy to save the chat for you and then forward it to you so that you will have the context, okay? And so we have a few more minutes for our chamber check-in. If anyone has any announcements, you can unmute yourself and go at it. You can share whatever projects that's going on with your business, or you can share an upcoming event.
Tina, I just have one question. Can you repeat that again on how to save the chat? I'm sorry.
Oh, sure, Shirley. So if you look down to the right, where you see, you click on participants in chat. If you click on the chat section, look down to the right, you will see file. And then to the right of that, you will see 3 dots. Click on the 3 dots and you're able to download the chat. And so I'm going to give, oh, not the, yeah, you can download the chats now. I will give you like a minute or two to do that at the very end in case someone else drops something else in the chat. But if you have any events or whatever that you want to drop in the chat, please do so. If you have, if you want to share anything else, any upcoming events, any CAPS meetings or whatever that's going on, you have the floor. Officer Fizel, do you have anything that you would like to share? Or if you want to introduce yourself, please do so now. Oh, someone asked Mary, what is the email address for Alderman Mitz?
Okay, do you want me to put that in?
I can type it in the chat for you.
Okay, Alderman's email is emma.mitz@cityofchicago.org.
Hello.
Okay, okay, Officer Fizel, go ahead.
Hey, hello everyone. I'm Officer Fizel, 15th District. I'm the Business Liaison Officer. You know, I just want to invite everyone to our next meeting, which is, I believe, July 22nd. Let me just double check. I don't want to misquote. I'm sorry. It's actually my birthday, July 28th. It's a Wednesday. That's our next meeting. And it's going to be held at MacArthur's Restaurant, 5412. Everyone can attend. As of right now, we don't have a full agenda planned out, but in the upcoming weeks, we'll have something that we can put together and share with everyone. You know, I'm the Business Liaison Officer. If you guys need to reach out to me, I'm gonna put my number in the chat, and I'm available if you guys need to ask me any questions or anything that's related. Right.
What time is that meeting?
The meetings are actually scheduled at 8:30 a.m. and they're normally like an hour long, 8:30 to 9:30 a.m.
So MacArthur's is opening up for the meeting. Are they going to be making breakfast?
You know what? That's up in the air as of right now. I can't give you a bona fide answer, but we have like small refreshments.
Yeah, yesterday was continental breakfast. We had our first open meeting at MacArthur's. Anyone else? One thing I will like to share is there's been a number of break-ins in the Austin community, pretty much throughout the city of Chicago, but with the West Side, some of our businesses were hit more than once. And we're going to have a special chamber check-in where we will invite the police department. We're also going to be inviting the Illinois State's Attorney's Office. And it's going to be probably next week. So it's going to be a special chamber check-in segment to help our business owners. There is one thing I would like to say, and I'm sure some people may have had on their mind, of creating booby traps for those who may try to, you know, to deter burglars. Don't do it. It's against the law. Am I correct, Jim? Do you want to speak on that, Jim Bowers? You're muted.
You're on mute. Oh, okay.
I know I'm on mute. I'm just trying to figure out how to unmute. I'm sorry. It's absolutely illegal to do that. And I think that we need to establish some sort of connection between the businesses. There have been 6 break-ins on businesses between Central and Austin on Chicago Avenue in the last week. And there's really no communication network for us to know what's happening. The burglars are all coming in through the front door, breaking the glass, or they're breaking the glass on the side. And they're basically, I think, small-time drug dealers or drug users, and they're taking computers and TVs and whatever else they can, and money. People.
Okay, go ahead, Jim.
No, and they're taking money. We need to, I think, to establish some sort of hotline or something we could put on the chamber website possibly, so people know that this is happening. And I also think we need to supplement what the police are telling us. What they told us yesterday, I think was somewhat lacking. And there are a lot of things that we can do to stop these things other than booby traps.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
So,
Okay, Tina, can I add something? Tina, can I
yeah,
add
go
something
ahead,
to
Cheryl.
that?
Go ahead.
Okay, AAA along with Officer Fizell, we are going to be working on that, trying to put together communication along with because of what Jim Bauer is saying, and he has spoken to Malcolm about that. So we are on top of that. So we should have something soon.
Also, the chamber would also like to play a part in that as well, Officer Fizell.
Okay.
If you hear that too, because this way we can all work together to combat that, because it really makes me question, did someone just get out of jail, or has someone moved into the community who are on drugs or whatever? So yeah, so
It's multiple offenders, Tina. It's not one person. We've got video of them. It's multiple offenders. It's nobody anybody recognizes, not somebody just out of jail. It's a crime of opportunity. And all it takes is a brick to break the glass.
True. And then also with the news media, that heightens it as well. So it lets people, gives people ideas to commit crime.
Because if you think about it, this hasn't been going on. It's actually just started because we haven't been having any break-ins like this on Chicago.
Exactly. Okay. Does anyone else have any comments, or if you still need time to download the chat, you may do so, and we'll be signing off in about 1 minute. And once again, thank you everyone for attending our June 24th Chamber Check-in. We really appreciate your participation, and we look to see you either at our special Chamber Check-in with the Police Department and the Illinois State's Attorney's Office. We will be discussing ways that you can deter burglars and how to properly secure your business. And then Illinois State's Attorney will also share with you information about prosecution and things of such. All right, we're signing off, and we will see you next month at our Chamber Check-in in July.
Thank you, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.